Hello and welcome back to another segment of the D-Mo Show. I love that you always bring the good energy.
Got to.
Okay, so D-Mo, what do you want to talk about today? What are some things you just need to get off of your chest?
Things I need to get off my chest. But first I want to say, last Saturday is not what's going to define this team. First of all, that's what I want to say. But it's always good, to get that one out the way, to expose what we need to work on and, to expose the so-called fans, you already seeing people talking about get rid of Sark and this player that, when, they was all on the train last week. But, just a good lesson for the younger guys that haven't just got here. Everybody that blows smoke up your butt when you win, but, it's the other way around when you lose. But, just seeing everybody come back to work is really what I'm excited about, because at the end of the day, this week and the weeks to come really going to be what defines this team, and, and I'm looking forward to it.
How do you deal with the negative comments that you do get?
Don't pay attention to them, because I know at the end of the day that they wasn't up there at 5:30 a.m. every day during the summer or during the spring or during fall camp. And, I know what this team is capable of. So, not paying attention to it, the good and the bad, focusing on what we got to focus on to get better as a team. We knew it was things that we needed to get better on, and, we was exposed Saturday. Some of the stuff that happened was covered up the Louisiana game because we won, but the fact that we lost is more eye-opening, and just to get to work on it. But it's really, don't pay attention to it, is what I preach to the younger cats, because I've been here for a while. I've seen the ups and I've seen the downs, and it's all part of it. Good thing about football, though, got a long journey ahead of us, and you get another opportunity. So, that's why I love this game so much.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that you're going to work on?
One of the biggest things that we have emphasized so far is just communication, and basically just details and the small stuff. Because watching film, it was small things that, turned into big plays. So basically the little details in our alignment, or, making sure everybody's on the same page is two of the biggest things this week. And, it's really going to be a test versus Rice, because, they want to run the ball. They want to, they're going to do the simple stuff. So, basically just getting lined up, using your technique and fundamentals is going to be the huge thing in this game. So getting back to the basics, making sure everybody's on the same page is what I would say we needed to work on the most. And like I said earlier, Arkansas exposed that. And, I'm glad it happened earlier on in the season than, come conference time.
Do you feel like the team as a whole underestimated Arkansas?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. We knew they was a good opponent, SEC opponent, big players. They get big time recruits just like we do. And the environment, hostile, we knew that was coming. And, they had their Texas Hate Week thing going on. So we know anytime we line up against anybody, with the Texas on our chest, we're going to get everybody best shot. So we kind of expected them to come out and play well, and we just didn't do our part. And that's why we ended up on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
And what did the coaches say, in the locker room or even on the way back?
That we didn't come to play, and it showed. We messed up, and they took advantage of those mess ups, and and they kept running with it. So the little mistakes we had, they didn't make. And that was one of the biggest things that Coach Sark emphasized after the game. But like I said, and like Coach Sark said, that game is not going to define our season. We got a long season ahead of us. and we just can't let this loss turn into 2 losses. So, got that out the way, and now we're on the rise.
Absolutely. And how do you, like as DeMarvion Overshown, how do you deal with a loss?
I know as a leader on this team, I got to come back to work because people are going to watch how I prepare after a loss. And, I've done dealt with multiple L's before. So, I know how to come back and, come back to work. Because at the end of the day, we got another game on Saturday. Rice don't care that we lost to Arkansas. They finna come in and try to beat us just like Arkansas did. So at the end of the day, I know I got a job to do as a leader and as a captain, and that's to, show up to work every day, making sure everybody's on the same page and, keeping it from turning to 2 losses in a row.
Mm-hmm. And I just had Xavier right before you. He was telling me about how the locker room was so far away from you guys. So when the Arkansas fans rushed the field, they basically created like a tunnel around y'all when y'all were walking back into the locker room. How difficult was that to go through?
It was pretty crazy. We went over there to the band, and I was one of the last ones off the field because I had gave my mom a hug and stuff like that. They drove all that way, so I wanted to make sure I said something to them before I left. But, getting through all of that, it was tough. But, being me, 6'4", then I actually had a police officer happened to be on the field. So he was able to get me through the crowd pretty easily and didn't have to, force anybody out of my way, really. But, I expected it. Arkansas, they haven't won a lot of big games in the past. So, they sell out the stadium versus Texas. Everybody there to see them, see us basically. But, they just happened to one-up us that day, and they done what any other crowd would have done if they beat Texas. They stormed the field.
Yeah. And I know you say it's expected, but at the same time, I think back to like when I was an athlete, and obviously, I'm not a football player. So every single time I might have a bad race, I don't get hate comments in my DMs, I don't have to go through a tunnel to get back to the locker room. That doesn't happen. But we have been in situations where, we do have to deal with fans and the things that they say. So I know you said it's expected, but at the same time, it's still kind of crazy to me because a lot of them are a lot of the team is 18 and 19 years old. And these are grown people, saying hate comments to them. It's difficult.
It's actually, and I talked to the young guys about it. It's crazy. It gets crazier as the season go on. But, me being here for a little bit, I've been able to cope with it. It's part of the game. And, I find most of them funny because, it'd be some people that you can tell have never played the sport. It was somebody the other day that said that they pour all this, their heart and soul into Texas football and disappointed. But I mean, I don't see them at the field at 5:30 in the morning running sprints or lifting weights with us. So, I just laugh at it, keep going, because at the end of the day, whatever they're saying or whatever they're typing, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to affect me at all. I'm still going to go out there, practice hard every day, work out every day, and, it's not like we wanted to lose either.
Yeah. Understandable. And I wanted to address the statement you had to the media Tuesday.
Okay.
Hopefully they end up seeing this and they just sponsor you or something.
I mean, that would be great. I love Sunny D.
You love Sunny D. But I wanted to address the comment you had to the media Tuesday morning, and basically saying that you were asked about the difference between Casey Thompson and Hudson Card in the Arkansas game. I don't want to just read the comment because I just want you to talk to me about it. How do you like? What's the difference to you?
Like I said earlier, you can tell that, Hudson was a little uncomfortable at the beginning. He definitely started getting his groove, but things wasn't going his way. And like Casey, when he stepped in, like Casey been in this position before, the starting quarterback go down or he got to come in. So, and seeing Casey every day, he prepares like he a starter. So we knew when the change was coming that Casey was gonna do what Casey know how to do, and he was able to use his legs, use his experience being in that position, being in this hostile environment, coming in a big game, doing whatever he needed to do, to get something going. And that's just, Casey from being in that spot for a while, a backup quarterback, but you got to prepare just like you're a starter if you're the backup quarterback. You never know what happens. So, I just say experience-wise, you can tell Casey was a little more comfortable when he got in.
Interesting. So do you think that Sark made a good decision making him be the starter for the Rice game?
To be honest, I really don't know. At the end of the day, I leave that to Coach Sark. Whatever he does, I just take care of my side of the ball. Make sure everything's okay over here.
Understandable. Look, understandable because you're not going to know into the game.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're not going to know into the game, but you're going to handle what Demo needs to handle.
What Demo can handle.
Right. So what are you most excited for going into game 3 then?
Another chance to play. Don't too many people get this opportunity. And the fact that we get to do it all over again, and hopefully come out with better results than last week because I'm tired of this taste in my mouth. Like, that's one thing about it. Like, in basketball, you play every other day. So, you can lose and then get a win. But football, you got to wait a whole nother week. The sour taste in your mouth, just ready to go out and, get better results. But that's really what I'm ready for. Saturday, I go out there, perform, and just get the sour taste out of my mouth.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to see what you guys have to bring. I can tell that all of you guys, this really just lit a fire under you. And y'all are handling it with a lot of maturity, but at the same time, it's like, okay, we know exactly what we need to do. They exposed our mistakes, and now let's just go back to the drawing board. Go back to the lab. That's what I've been seeing from you guys a lot. Go back to the lab.
Go back to the lab. It's time to get back to it,
Absolutely. So what does going back to the lab look like for you specifically, though?
Me specifically, I didn't have my best game Saturday, as far as making sure everybody's on the right page. So me being the leader that I am, I got to go back to, okay, making sure everybody on the field got the call, no matter, if they saw it, if I done said it 10 times, I'm, punishing it in their heads, like, okay, make sure, we doing this, we doing that. So me, that's really what I would take out of it going forward. Just stepping up and making sure everybody's on the right page, making sure everybody's doing their job.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining me. Especially thank you for talking about the game because you guys really don't have to. Like, of course, you have this deal with us and everything, and we have like this partnership, but at the same time, you could have told me that I don't feel like talking about it. And then I would have had to figure out what to talk about for at least
what the fans of the Demo show wanted to hear.
That's what the fans of the Demo show wanted to hear. Speaking of that,
I'm gonna give you what you want.
Speaking of that, snack time.
He
said, Keandre said his show is better than yours.
Keandre. And
we need a collab.
We do. We can definitely do that.
Okay. We can make that happen. Maybe a pregame collab. So I can knock both of you guys out.
We can do that.
Sounds good. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Orange Bloods Texas football page. I'm gonna start getting you guys to say that. It's hard.
Comment on Snack's profile or his interview thing that the Demo show is better also.
We're gonna get a poll then. Which one is better?
Which one is better? People are gonna say the Demo show. He
Perfect.
doesn't even have a jingle. Like,
It does have a jingle. It
what's
does.
his
It's
jingle?
good.
What's his jingle?
The jingle is the Demo show.
What's Keandre's?
He doesn't have one. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Anyway, thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.